This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing my 132nd Mezco Toyz 112 collection action figure review, this time being the Christopher Reeve Superman. Now this is something I've been really hyped on and I cannot wait to check them out with you guys. But before we crack this thing open, I want to take a closer look at the packaging. Alright guys, so before I crack this thing open, I actually want to show off the packaging here because it's very unique. We do get it in this cylindrical type tin, which is really nice. You got that very cool classic logo of like the old school movie poster with that chrome S on there. And you can kind of see the whole swoosh right here. Like I've always assumed that was Superman either flying by real quick or his laser vision. I have no clue. But the clouds in there, you got the Mezco Toyz logo. You can turn it around and you got that classic Superman logo right there with the 112 collective logo on that. And then on top you get this really cool printed image on the lid right there, which looks really nice. We can actually pop that off and then we can see everything we got here. We do get some batteries, and I actually do want to remove this on camera to show you guys how this whole thing comes together, which is a little tricky. It's a little stuck right here. Okay, like that. And then there you go. If I'm not knocking everything over, there we go. So there's our figure in this really interesting clamshell. You got the crystals all like that right there. So foam inserts, the base on that, everything on the back, and then some instructions right here. So pretty cool, man. Very excited about this. I feel like I'm the last person to get this in hand. I feel like I'm the last person on YouTube to review it, but he's finally here. So let's go ahead and crack this thing open and let him breathe. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at this Christopher Reeve Superman. Now man, this is one that I was anticipating really big because I absolutely love Christopher Reeve. I thought he was such a great Superman, and this is just really cool to have him in the Mezco form, man, so I'm all about this. So starting off with the head sculpt, I actually think that looks really good. Is it perfect? By no means, but I think some people are kind of exaggerating when they said it looks nothing like him. That's just not true. It looks a lot like him, especially in certain angles. You're like, wow, that looks just like him. So it looks really good. I love the curl on the hair. The blue eyes look amazing. Again, it's not perfect, but it's not trash either. And as we all know who collect Mezco, they can sometimes be hit and miss. I think this was pretty good. This is definitely one of their better ones in my opinion. It could have been a lot worse, trust me. So the hair, all that looks really nice too. I love the yellow S on there, looking very clean. And then just the simplicity of the Superman suit, man. You got that very classic bright blue, bright red, bright yellow. The belt looks really nice. The boots look awesome, really nice long boots, his long go-go boots. I wish the boots here were a little bit brighter of a red. They look a little bit dark, but not terrible. But they still look pretty cool though. I love the short cape that we're getting here to the back with the yellow S on there. Again, always a big fan when we can actually get the yellow S on a Superman cape. So it looks really good. I love the way this all looks all together. One thing that kind of throws me off a bit, he has like this little bit of a cuff on there on the sleeve, which looks a little odd to me. I get why they had to do that, but still it just looks a little jarring. And then it's a little weird that you can see his articulation joint right there on the thigh. I get to see why that can be an issue for some people too, but it doesn't bother me. Once you have him posed and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Once you do some things, it kind of just goes away and it really doesn't bother me all that much. But if you just have them straight up like on the shelf, it does protrude a little bit, so I get it. But still, everything about this looks really nice, man. I really do love, again, just a classic Superman in bright colors, and I think he looks awesome. So moving on to the accessories, we do get the standard Mezco stand with that classic Superman wording right there with the clouds in the background. I love that. And of course the clear articulated arm, which is gonna come in handy for flight poses, which you gotta have for Superman, right? So I love that. Bringing this in, we do get interchangeable hands. We got these more like open palm hands. We got closed fisted hands. We do get these like slight gripping hands, and my hands are just, I'm totally butterfingers right now with these like little slight gripping hands. You'll see what those are for a little later. And then we do got the straight fingered flying hands, with these ones just sticking straight out like that. So those are pretty cool too. So you do get a lot of good options for that, which I do like. And then they're just on that standard Mezco peg, and I absolutely love how Mezco hands switch on and off. I think they just work out great because the hands themselves are a little more pliable, so they adhere to the peg itself, which is really, really cool. Moving on, we actually do get interchangeable head sculpts. So this is the standard one right here that comes out of the box. We can pop this one on like so, and that's more of a smiling head. Now this is the one that's kind of a little bit of controversy. This one is definitely not the best head. It looks a little awkward in some ways, well actually most ways, and the teeth don't look all that great, so I get this is not going to be a favorite head amongst a lot of people, but I still think it's okay. It's kind of a stretch, actually. You know, I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm never going to use this head, so it's just going to stay in the box, nice and cozy with the rest of the accessories that I don't display him with. So it's still pretty cool to have the options, though, if you want that. Then we get this one right here. This is probably my favorite head. This one's a little different than this one right here. This one does look a little more angry. This one does look a little more kind of happy. He's kind of smirking a little bit. So I think this is going to be my go-to one right here. I just love the way that looks. So that looks very, very nice. Again, bright blue eyes looking really good. So next up, we do get this chunk of kryptonite, which looks really nice. I love the clear plastic that they're using for this little piece. It looks really, really cool. So I love the fact that we're getting stuff like this. We also do get the kryptonite necklace on an actual metal chain, looking really good. I love the way this looks. So if someone can remind me, did Lex Luthor put this around his neck? I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen the original Superman. So please remind me of the scene where this came into play. But still looks really nice. That is a clear plastic in there too, so it looks really good. And then you can actually bring in Superman here and just drape it around his neck like so, and it just hangs like that, and my camera can actually focus. So that looks pretty cool too. Again, love all the options. We also do get 3 crystals, which is really cool too. You get these 2 white ones like this and the 1 green one like that. These are awesome, man. I love these. So if you have any of those like gripping hands like I showed you like this is going to be for those type of things like that. You can hold them in the gripping hands like so. Again, if my camera would decide to focus, and you can see it like that right there. So that's pretty cool too, man. So I love having the different crystals. But if you actually look at the tip of the crystals right here, you will see these little metal pieces on there like that. Same thing with the green one. You see those in there. Those, I'm gonna put this aside and bring this aside. Those are for this right here. And I'm gonna zoom out like that, get a good shot for you guys right there. This thing, holy crap, this is awesome, dude. This is definitely probably one of my favorite accessories that I've ever gotten from any Mezco, or probably any figure. This whole crystal base for his for his lair looks really awesome, man. It is like a smoky clear plastic. You have some more clear areas here at the top with all the different crystals, and it has like this pearlescent sheen to it. Looks really freaking good. I love all the etching in here. You can see all the different things that we get like that. So just really cool, and you can stand him on there. I wish there was a bit of a peg hole on there, but not a big deal. But still, this looks really, really cool. Now, what we do with this is, this does take 3 batteries that we see. I think it was 3 AAAs that you can put in there. And you can see it have it on the center. You can actually turn it off or have it in the center like that. Now, if you want to put it in the center, not fully on, what you do, you actually take one of those crystals, and with that little metal piece is going to be a little activator right in the center right there. You can actually drop that on there, and you see how it turned it on immediately, and you can see the lighting illuminate from this actual base. Take it right off, and it turns the whole lights off. That's a very interesting gimmick that they worked on. You see how that works? That is really cool, man. I love that, and that works with any of the crystals. I kind of thought that they did something different. Like, there you go, you put that on there, and it does the same thing, the green one. So I thought they were going to be activating different, like maybe pulsating or whatever. But no, they're the all exact same. That's still really cool. Or if you want to turn it on completely, flip that switch and it just leaves it on without the use of the crystal. So if you want to display it just like that, it looks really cool. So I love the fact that we're getting options here. And if you want to turn off all the lights, it looks amazing in the dark, man. So I just absolutely love this. This is a very cool accessory that we got here. I freaking love this. Him on that base is definitely how I'm displaying this. I think that is so freaking cool. What a great piece. So moving on to his articulation now. The head and the neck are on ball joints, so you get lots of good motion right there. That works out really nice. Does turn left and right. Can look up a really good amount, which is always a plus for a Superman figure when he can look up and do those flying poses. That works out really nicely. Down very far and pivot side to side like so. The arms can go all the way up. I love that the fact that the suit here is not hindering the articulation, because you want to get those good flight poses with his arms up like that and stuff. So it does not hinder whatsoever, so that's really nice. Down, out that far. It doesn't feel like there's a butterfly joint in there. We can rotate at the bicep. It feels like double jointed elbows, so they can bend past 90. Rotation at the wrist as well as a hinge at the wrist. We also do get a double ball peg in the midsection. Lots of good motion in there. That feels really nice. Pivot side to side. Crunches back very far. Forward all that much. So that's actually really nice. And then rotates left and right. We got hip joints that kick up and forward that far. That's actually a lot of motion there. Back a little bit. Splits all the way out. Rotation in upper thigh. Double jointed knees that bend that much. Rotation of the boot. Ankles are on ball pegs, so those roll around, up, down, and a sweet ankle rocker. So the articulation works very, very well on this guy. And I'm trying to figure out, maybe you guys can let me know, what buck is this? Is this a new entire buck that we're getting here for a figure, or is it reused from something else? I really can't tell, but it feels really nice. Again, the double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, the very good torso. I mean, this is a really nice body that they use for this figure, and I'm digging it, man. So I think he's really awesome. Again, I understand people's complaints, totally get it, but those are nowhere near a factor for me to not like this figure. I love Christopher Reeve. I love this classic Superman, and I think Mezco absolutely killed it with him. So in my opinion, he is definitely a must get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and McFarlane Batman figure. Also for comparison, here he is standing next to all the other Mezco 112 Collective Superman figures that we have so far. And just for fun, here he is with little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the Christopher Reeve Superman. Now overall, I think Mezco did a really good job with this. Now, are there complaints? I totally get those, and those are totally valid. The head sculpts aren't the best, but honestly, they're not the worst. I've seen Mezco do a lot worse. Some of the visible joints through the soft goods is kind of bad, but once you got him posed up, he actually looks really good. I love all the different interchangeable hands for flying poses and fighting poses. The different crystals and all the different heads is really cool. I love the fact that we get a bendy wire in the cape to pose that around, especially the yellow S on the cape, which is always a big plus for me. But man, that Fortress of Solitude crystal base, oh my god, that thing is so awesome. I love the fact that you could ignite the lighting with the little crystals with that little bitty magnet attached to it that is almost like an on and off switch, or you can just leave it on, and it's pretty cool to have the options. That thing is super impressive, and overall the package here with everything looks really good together and makes for one awesome display piece, and I think that's what matters to me most. Again, I understand people's complaints, but for me, they're not a big enough deal to break this deal for how much I love this figure. I think he's awesome, and this really hypes me up for that 89 Keaton Batman that we're getting. So fingers crossed he's awesome, because I absolutely love this Christopher Reeve Superman. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.